So hello everybody and welcome to the channel, Bob Sales, this time's next year. So I've got to be honest with you, this time's next year. So I've got to be honest with you, I am so tired today. My energy is so down. I've been to the gym for probably 2.5 hours. So if I look like I'm lacking energy or I'm dying, it probably is because I am actually dying right now. I'm not going to lie. So Dukencuvva, it's good to see you, my friend. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, good man. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm not too
Quiet,
bad.
apparently.
Living the dream, as we say, living the dream. But yeah, I've got a bad back at the minute, and I went a bit hard at the gym today. Thought I was Rambo, and all of a sudden I weren't Rambo anymore. So yeah, it was quite funny to say the least. So what we're going to talk about today is everything VeVe. I don't expect many people to be watching because it is a Saturday night for most people. You don't know what people are going to be doing on a Saturday night. But it's still going to be a fun one, and we are probably going to try and cut this one after maybe because I wanted to try another app to try and see if I could do that. So yeah, I'm going to try and do that anyway. And then what we're going to do, we're going to talk all things VeVe, the new announcements, everything like that, the new drops that are coming out, and just some of the fun stuff. So right now, how we're going to start that out is I'm going to play this video. So I'm just going to play the end bit. So this was the announcement on my collectible space the other day. Well, YouTube channel, well, the VeVe channel now, I suppose. So this was the end bit. So we'll play this and then we'll get into what we're talking about.
I want to extend my gratitude to our VeVe fans, your passion for click. First Media, what else can I say? One of the largest anime manga publisher, producer, distributor out there. Amazing content from the Far East. What we have done in announcing coming up is the first release of the Ultraman manga on VeVe. This is very exciting because, as you probably already know, we had brought the first classic Ultraman onto VeVe. Number 2, we celebrated some of those Marvel Ultraman covers. We also did the Netflix Ultraman TV series. And the one that's coming out, and there's a new TV series, I think it's actually a movie coming out on Netflix called Ultraman Rising, coming out on June the 14th. In the back of all this hype, we really wanted to bring something that can cater into that Asian and the Southeast Asia market, where Ultraman is still continue to thrive and grow in that community. For the Western readers out there and our VeVe fans, this is pretty much what they grew up with in Asia, and especially in Japan and the greater Asia market, where Ultraman is the superhero that you watch on TV when you grow up. So having that coming onto VeVe is extremely exciting. And as you probably know, First Media is a juggernaut conglomerate of other anime IPs in it. So like I say, our company is still discovering what works and what doesn't work and understanding our market and our audience. And then hopefully we will be bringing you more content from here onwards.
Yeah. So did you see the video? What do you think to the announcement?
Man, I was really excited about it. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't really care too much about that particular drop because it's modern Ultraman and all that, but that partnership is mad. Like, I mean, I've been watching everybody go crazy for the last 3 years over comics, and I'm not interested in those at all. That manga coming to the app, that's awesome. Come on.
So that's the funny thing about it, right? Because everyone was asking what happens when the comics start running out, the big comics and stuff like that. So this now brings us to a whole new medium of comics, and it opens the door for so many brands. I mean, there are so many on there.
It's a totally different crowd. I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of overlap there. But I'm guessing that most people who are into manga probably don't read a lot of, Spider-Man or, Ghost Rider or stuff like that.
Well, true, but if you see some of the IPs, so with Viz Media, so that's the comic brand we're getting, right? And they just announced there we're getting the Ultraman version. Well, if you look, so I've had a look at the website. I'll bring that up in 2 seconds. But just some of the IPs on there. So there's Dragon Slayer, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Ultraman, Transformers, Super Mario, Star Wars, Pokemon, One Punch Man, Naruto even, My Hero Academy, The Legend of Zelda, and they have both Marvel and Disney sections on there, and the list literally goes on and goes on and goes on.
Mate, they got so much. I heard somebody asking a question the other day on, I think it was on Emoji Space, saying something about they saw some Studio Ghibli stuff on under the Viz license.
So this
I didn't see that myself.
So this is the actual website itself, and as you can see, that straight away Dragon Ball on there. So
Demon Slayer, man. Oh,
I
want Inosuke.
Bunch of collectibles and comics on there. So you never know what you're going to get. Obviously, there's Naruto on there as well. And there's just a bunch on here. Let me see. There's the Pokemon one as well. Obviously, the big one for everyone in VeVe's always been Pokemon. But I don't think Pokemon's not that friendly with their IP. They don't really like sharing it with a lot of people. Whereas Disney, but I mean, for instance, they like to share their IP.
Yeah, true. But also sort of back in the early days when David was talking about trying to get manga onto the app, the way he sort of made it sound is that even like most mangas, you got to get licenses from about 6 different entities. You know, there's somebody who holds the license for the animation, someone who holds the license for the characters, someone who holds the license for this and that and the other thing. Now, don't quote me on that, but that's something I'm pretty sure I remember David saying.
Well, it's like this one, so we know we're going to get the Ultraman one. We don't know we're going to get anything else yet, so we might not get anything at all. It might just be the Ultraman one because the new series has come out on Netflix as well. So it's all related to that. Normally when there's a new film release, series release, especially on Netflix and Disney Plus, we normally tend to see a collectible come out. Same as Star Wars, there's a new series come out, comics dropping this week, I believe. And there's a bunch of other stuff as well. But yeah, hello everyone in the chat that's there. Say hello to everyone.
Howdy folks, how you all doing?
Hello Thomas, it's good to see you, mate. That's my cousin, by the way. Master Ronnie, it's good to see you, my friend.
Hi, mate.
Thomas, yo, it's good to see you. So, yeah.
Your cousin, you said?
Yeah.
Your nephew?
My cousin from Middlesbrough.
Your cousin?
So,
yeah, right. Hey, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you.
But yeah, it's good to see you. So, yeah, what was we saying? So, with the Viz, as we can take a look, there's a bunch of Pokemon stuff on here. So, that is big. So, it
that's
opened
huge.
A whole new medium for VeVe with that, I think. And I think that's a good sign, to be honest.
I tend to get the impression that we might on the...
Well, let me show you some of the random ones.
I tend to think that we might be on the precipice of like a whole bunch of big stuff coming at once. And I said something about that a few weeks ago somewhere. That it feels like, you know, instead of like this trickle we've been getting, we've been hearing nothing from them for a while, but I can just feel that there's just going to be like loads of stuff dumped on us at once. And I'm excited.
There's the Marvel versions. And the Wolverine one looks wicked, by the way.
Yeah, it does.
And Deadpool, right now, we've got a Deadpool comic coming on VeVe as well. Or did it already come? I think it already come.
It dropped already.
A comment in the marketplace saying that. I've actually got all that loaded up as well.
Did you go for the drop today?
I didn't. I was gonna, but I'm a bit low on gems at the minute, I must admit.
Yeah, same, man.
I need to add in, and I don't really fancy like selling anything right now.
See, those of you who don't already know, Bob's got a little trip coming up, haven't you?
Yeah, we're going to do that as well. Yeah, well, I'm going to go to Amsterdam again. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go for that time or a week later. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to work all that out. But I'm going to try to, because I know David's still going. I know Arno's still going. So now I know there's other people going. Hopefully, maybe we can change that. Maybe I'll go as well. But another thing we should say about the cash out, obviously, it's now been lowered to 100 gems.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
You need 100 gems now to be able to cash out. And obviously, if you hold 300 gems, as long as it's over 100 gems, you can now cash out. So that is another good thing, starting to catch up, because some of the other sites have already had like a lot lower cash out. So it's good to see that lowered, I think. But what do you think? What's your opinion on the lowering? And then what do you think the effect's going to be, if any effect? Do you think there's going to be bit of a market downturn because of it, or?
I think it's likely because, I mean, for example, there's been times in the past where I would have liked to have cashed out some gems when I needed it and all that, but to get to that $500 threshold. I just didn't have enough stuff that I wanted to sell to get to that price. It's going to be a lot easier to do that. Excuse me. So I do think that, you might see more cashing out. But at the same time, I think that the threshold of 500 was just absolutely ridiculous to begin with. And so, yeah, I'm very, very, very happy about them doing this. And I think even $100 is, kind of
I'm curious
a bit
to
funny.
see.
But I do understand with the way the gem system works and all that, and the way they need to manage their liquidity, I do understand why they do it. And it's not like, next step, guys, is to lower that fee 10%, man. Bring that one down.
I was just thinking about that. I was just
That's
about
what you
to
need to
say
work
that.
on.
That's exactly what I was just about to check to see if anything changed along them lines. But yeah, it's good to see that. So I'm quite positive about that. And then it's safer for new people as well, because it's not so hard to get their money out if they don't like the app, for instance, and it's easy to move on, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's nice to see that. And then obviously the next thing we'll jump into quickly is the Starknet token.
Yeah,
like you said
curious
earlier.
about this.
What was you saying?
I was just saying I'm curious about this.
Yeah, so I think it was you that notified me earlier. I did actually see a video a couple of days ago, essentially crypto, I believe. And he was talking about this, but he was talking about a different way you could join the app, or a different way around it. I don't think he thought it was actually linked to VeVe. I think he said something like, if you've been using VeVe, you can get the token, but the token's not linked to VeVe. Whereas today we were able to go into the web app and then actually just sign up there. I don't know whether I got that video wrong, because I did watch.
Yeah, no, I saw that video as well. And I think the point he was trying to make is that, this token isn't something that's put out by the Akomi team. But there is some sort of partnership, and that's what makes me curious, man. Like, what is this partnership that we're getting dropped this token? What's going on? I mean, what's that all about?
So I've got no idea what it is as well, but it's like he mentioned it a couple of days ago, and then you reminded me today. And then after you reminded me, I was just like, oh, well, what's the harm? So all you literally got to do is go onto the VeVe web app, sign in, and then it comes up saying whether you're basically eligible or you're not. Now, I thought it wasn't in all countries. I don't think the US was supposed to be entitled to it, but obviously you're in Switzerland,
US is excluded.
got it. So
yeah.
So it's nice to get something where the US was excluded for a change, and we got
but look, well, on this one, I'm not celebrating that, because I mean it's an airdrop anyway. It's not like if they got it, we would miss out on something,
Well, you just don't know what.
But what had me asking the question is, I was talking to you guys earlier, and one of our friends is American over here in Switzerland, and it says if you're a US resident, you're not eligible. So even though he doesn't live over there, I wonder if he's excluded from that.
That is very true. It was quite funny though, because you mentioned it to me, and I literally signed into the app, and it was straight away just like,
oh yeah,
if you want, you're entitled to this. No warnings, no nothing. I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna do it. And then it was like, you need this wallet. And I was like, how hard's that gonna be? And then next minute I downloaded the wallet within 5 seconds, and then straight away it was like, you should receive it by this time. So I can't remember what it was, but
when I found out about that, I actually went and watched just one video about what Starknet is. And I didn't quite wrap my head around it because I wasn't fully paying attention. It's one of those ones where you're gonna have to sit there and watch it. But it's a tech. I think it's like a different way, a new blockchain or something like that. Or
I believe this is
move
exactly
blocks through the chain or something like that.
Screen right there.
I'll have to have another look at it. But what I'm wondering is how much of it are we going to get? Like, what's the airdrop worth?
Well, that's what I was thinking. You just don't know, do you?
Oh, it's free anyway, so I'll take it.
But, that's the thing. That's the other thing. And it was simple as well. It weren't hard. Whereas normally these things are so complicated. So, and again, I know nothing about it. So if it's a rug, we're all screwed. But I doubt it, because it was on the VeVe app, the VeVe web app. That was the thing that introduced us to it. So I think you should get it. And I think the deadline was tonight. But
midnight. I don't know if that's
it was
Eastern
midnight, but I'm not
time
sure whose time. That's the thing with VeVe. You never know whose time, do you?
Exactly.
But yeah,
man, that's cool. So that's some actual web. Look, I think whatever it is, whether it's a rug, whether it's a tech,
Well,
whether it's an
not a
app,
rug.
whatever it
Of
is.
course it's not a rug, but-
It's another Economy VeVe partnership, but with an actual Web3 project, and that's encouraging to me. I'll take that.
And it was a cool idea as well, and it was simple.
Mhm. If I
Even
understood,
if you
there was
didn't have
actually a
the
big
app or
airdrop like
anything
a
like
month
that.
or two ago for the Stark token.
I have no idea.
I might be wrong
First
as well.
time
So
I heard about it was the other day.
yeah, guys,
Wasn't
neither
that
of us have done any
really
research on it, so anything we say, just really take it with a big grain of salt.
Especially what Dukencuvva says, because he's
Oi, 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 oi.
always Larry. No, I'm joking. And then let me just find this other page quickly. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look. I wanted to show you the cars drop because that's just come out.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Release, and it looks really good. So hopefully you can see my tab. I've got so many tabs open right now. It's absolutely crazy in here. I've literally got 100 tabs open at the top of my computer. And now I can't find the right tab I was just on.
Oh, you're on it.
Oh, now I'm on it. To you, I'm on it. But when I change...
yeah, I see. Yeah.
So this is the drop I was talking about. And this was announced literally 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. So Disney and Pixar Cars Diorama Series 1. So this is what we were both talking about, and this looks like a really cool item, I'm not going to lie. And there's only one edition by looks of it. Let me go down, and it's Flo's Calf, which obviously if you've seen the Cars film, I've done a wicked history on that. So if you didn't watch that, that's still really watchable, all them histories, by the way, so you could always watch that. I think Flo was in that because we had the car, right?
Yeah,
we do, right?
Yeah, we got Flo.
Yeah. And then with this, the drop is 19th of June, obviously 10 a.m. PT. So that's actually 6 p.m. UK time, if I'm not mistaken. List price is 20 gems and the editions is 1,420. This is an uncommon, weirdly, and it's a first edition. First public mint for sale is going to be 31. Bit random with 31 there. A total of 30 editions are going to be kept by VeVe and the licensed stores, which is fairly low. I must admit, it's decent to see. It's like the Gary Baseman drop, that the one from earlier. I noticed on that article the amount they were keeping was very low, especially on the secret rare. Now I know the secret rare was 88 editions, and they kept 2 editions from the secret rare. So that's good to see. They've started to listen to keep less. I'm thinking that's what's going on, but let me just pull you up to this again. So with this item, as you can see, we've got the flow calf here, but we've also got these extra bits here. You can see the cans, petrol pump, all this stuff. So are we going to get all of this, or is it just this? I'm hoping it's going to be...
No, it's the whole thing. It's a diorama series, so it's got to be the entire piece for sure.
Well, I'd like to think so. It looks nice, I must admit. But
then again, I don't know. Maybe if this
remember the Ron English Monopoly man?
Yeah.
The advertisement was literally him on the board, right? It wasn't in here saying that. But when we first see the video of that, it didn't have a board when we got the drop, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, that was a bit silly. That was a bit silly for them to throw that in there into the advertisement, but it wasn't part of the drop info. It was just after that, because it was in the promo. Everybody started speculating it'd be an airdrop or whatever, and it might be in the future. We don't know.
I wonder if it's on the VeVe app here. I doubt it.
But
and by the way, this is the VeVe app right now.
Yeah, you can go back to the original version.
And I must say that is looking sharp right now. That is starting to look really clean. It's the first time I've been on it for a while, like on the VeVe app. I always use my phone, I must admit. So it does look quite clean seeing them on here, I must admit. So I did get the Deadpool kills from the other day, but I got the common version there. I got a bunch of the addictions in there. I keep buying the secret rares. The secret rares for that are 15 gems, you know. 15
Yeah, but
gems
everything's dirt cheap, man. Everything's dirt cheap.
Yeah, everything's dirt cheap, but 15 gems for a secret rare. I love them things as well. That's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy.
I might pick up a couple of them just because of just because of how tight the partnership is. But the one thing I was happy to get was the physical Spider-Man one with the VeVe logo on the back.
So it's not going to show me the cars drop yet. That's what I was waiting to see. Did you go for the low drop in the end or not?
Yeah, I had a gamble.
And what did you get?
I got the uncommon.
They're actually nice. What were the prices? Bad or good?
I think they're selling for about $4, the one I've got.
How much were they to buy?
Was it 18, I think? Yeah, $18.
I thought it was a fair price as well.
I think so. I mean, honestly,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people got to look. I keep saying it. People are complaining about the mint sizes and all that because of the amount of users we got. But at the end of the day, if you think that this is as good as it's going to get, like this is the best VeVe's ever going to do, and this is it, it's all downhill from here, then mint sizes don't matter anyway. And as far as I'm concerned, with the size of this IP, I think that they're really good mint numbers. However, I actually made a post about that. I know they said not to tag them anymore, but I did tag my collectibles, and I wrote that I think maybe now is a good time to start talking about having secondary accounts for kids. I mean, we're getting all these brands like LOL and what is it, Blackpink and all that a lot of kids who aren't 18 are really into. Well, right, so why can't we have secondary accounts that are tethered to the KYC to count?
So it's a good point you say that. So the VeVe comic thing we've got now.
Yeah.
The other separate thing. I'd never understood why we have that. But it's for ages 13 and up. 1 second, mate.
Well, there you go.
Just thank you. Sorry. But,
LOL dolls are something that 7 and 8 year olds play with. So you got to give us an option to be able to share that with our kids on their tablet or whatever. But I don't want to have my kid walking around with my VeVe account logged in on her tablet.
Well, I think that was the start of it, because that's the point I was getting to. It's for 13 and up, that comic reader thing. So maybe that's why you can share between. It's a bit weird because I kind of lost touch with that side of things, and I'm still not 100% sure the point of it. And there's so many different comics on there, which I would prefer. I like everything being in one place, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I understand that. I don't touch comics anyway, but I haven't even looked at that other site. But what I just said there, I don't want people to think that's me trying to complain. I'm sure that they've probably got that on their cards. But I'm just, trying to make the point that, if you think that the min numbers for that LOL drop were too large, I got to disagree with you. I think that in time you'll see that those numbers were either just right or low.
Where's it's worth about $100. That must be for the comic, I believe. And then with this one, did you go for any of these? I think you said
no. I did not. I got no gems, man. I got like 180.
Let me have a look.
I do like it though. I think I might get at least one of these.
So I'm not the biggest fan, and I'll tell you why. All the artists seem to do this. They all seem to have their signature style, and the eyes just remind me of Toby again. And no one.
To be honest, I'd rather have that painting. I'd rather have that painting than any of these things. That painting's
they're
cool.
All right, and the price was low, and it was low enough for the secret rare. I'm curious to see what this is. Let me see if I can get him virused right now. Let me just see if I can get to the market. I can't even get to the market. How do I get to the market on here now? Oh, here we go. The big red market button.
There should be a tab there to go back to V1, right? Back
price is so 173 gems. So that's
that's not
really
bad.
Good. And that's for a low edition. They're all like should be.
How many was there? 122 or something?
88.
Oh, is there only 88?
So I expected it to be a bit higher. I'm not going to lie, but then again, 173 is not bad.
It's a 10x right there, man.
Yeah, exactly that. So you got to be happy with that if you landed it.
Yeah.
See who did land it. Did we see anyone good in here? Anyone I can see? The VeVe Meister. He got one.
Good on him.
Who else got one? So yeah, that was a good drop by looks of it. So did the other thing I wanted to see, did it actually sell out there? No, you can still
Oh,
buy
you
it.
can still buy it.
It's set
Still
out.
170 and it's not even sold out. Ay.
Let me see. So there's remaining 10 of the secret rares.
Oh, okay. I'm not really surprised about it, though. I mean, a lot of people weren't real enthusiastic about this.
I'm so tempted. I've got no money right now in there, but I'm so tempted to hit the button.
Yeah, but how many of the commons are there?
Let me have a look at the ultra rare. See, they did well with the drop because even though it wasn't the best item, the low edition secret rare gave everyone something to chase. Even if you didn't like the drop, it gave you something to chase.
I like these, though, man. I'm definitely buying at least one of these. I might even get the set. If the SR is only 88 editions and it's already that cheap, I might grab it.
Well, the other thing is, as soon as they announced, VeVe's pretty good at doing this. As soon as they announced this drop, they then announced the Rabbids drop after and then kind of overshadowed it. They always do that. You get some excitement about a drop because I was pretty excited about this drop. I'd actually done the VeVe video, the history for this drop. I just hadn't had time to do the screen stuff to it. So I was going to do a live version, but then I've been going to the gym all week and stuff like that.
Hey,
So
Double Quill, how you doing?
But if you can see, so the ultra rare, it does actually say right there. So I'm not, like I said, I've not used the VeVe web app for months and months and months. I always use my phone, so it's cool.
I'm same as you.
Because obviously there's the floor price right there. So it's $9.75 for the ultra rare, and the rare's 1 gem. So literally you can hit the button and it's not a bad loss. You're losing 10 gems for the risk. Well, you could be losing 21, I suppose. But
Yeah,
I think that's actually pretty cool.
You got, just speaking of that, you got Big A saying he turned $22 into $2 today. Enough drops for him. Nice. I don't blame you, man. I go for very few of them these days.
Double Quill here. Yeah, I would like an account for my daughter too. It is a good point, and it is friendly for kids and stuff, and you should see more parents. But I suppose with little kids, the parents are the ones holding the camera anyway, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but like my kid, she's only 10. And she's crazy about manga. I told her about it, and she's really excited about it. I mean, if it was like characters, she wouldn't probably care that much. But the fact that we're getting actual books, she's going to want those on her tablet to read all the time because she actually sits in a room for hours and reads that stuff.
But then saying that it's 13 plus, isn't it? So it's still too young. Too old.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They should have secondary accounts that are tethered. And they should allow transfers at least between those two particular accounts. So that, I could identify that my child's account is tethered to mine, and I can transfer from my account to her account, but no other ones. You know what I mean?
Well, it definitely won't let you transfer, but maybe making another account and tethering it to your account, maybe that's
that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah,
you could probably do that.
And non-KYC, so that it has no access to the market. All of that stuff.
You could do that as well. Yeah, that makes sense because obviously KYCs, you got to be able to buy.
I don't want my 10-year-old getting in there buying and selling stuff in the market.
Yeah, so then you would need the trades because otherwise, how are they going to get stuff in there? Yeah,
that's what I mean. But you just deny that secondary account access to the market.
I'm with you. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Just spitballing.
And then what else? The VeVe heart. Did you get the VeVe heart, by the way?
Yeah, I did. I sold it.
What did we get it for? Oh, I can't remember.
Do you not remember they sent everybody an email that told you to choose what's your favorite color, black or pink?
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. And so whichever one you chose is the one you got.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And you chose pink, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I got a pink.
And I regretted it. Once I realized what was going on, I regretted choosing black. I'm like,
I knew straight away. I was just like, yeah, the pink one's going to be rarer because all the boys are going to choose black. So I was like, there's only 20%, 15% that are not male, probably.
Yeah, but they were still quite decent numbers for the pink one as well, though.
It was a good item. It was a good free item.
I think they're cool, yeah.
It's always cool when you see that VeVe's gifted you an item on your phone or something. It's pretty cool when you see that. That's only ever happened to me like once or twice, I believe. Twice.
Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if you know about that, but I'm not sure when the deadline is, today or tomorrow, but they've got another AR photo contest to win a collectible with the LOL dolls. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't see that.
Because I don't know if whoever's here, I actually won the last one. The thing that they did with the Tokidoki.
Oh yeah,
Trot and I actually won a physical Tokidoki thing. Still hasn't arrived yet, but that was cool. So they've got another one going on now with the LOL dolls. So keep an eye out for that,
mate.
And,
that's a wicked win.
get one in.
That is a physical Tokidoki. That is a wicked win.
I was having a look at them, man. They're all right.
Going to give it to your daughter, and I was just like,
Oh yeah, I told her she
it's
can have
a
it. Yeah.
physical art piece. You can't. It's like your London police poster print. You
It's not exactly the same caliber, though, is it?
That thing. Of course.
Yeah, but I mean, you could buy them on eBay for like
Tokidoki's actually bigger. They're actually a bigger name, I would say. More
yeah, but here's the way I look at it, right? Here's the way I look at it. My daughter collects this kind of stuff, and it's always me who has to pay for this stuff when we go down to the local anime shop or whatever, buy her a new figurine. And the starting prices for these are like between $40 and $60.
Yeah.
So if I could get her a toy and save some money for free, like the next time she says, "Oh, I want to go get another figurine," no, I got you one already. No, you're done. I saved myself $60. Boom.
You can get some cheaper ones, but you can get some high price items from them as well.
Yeah, but the ones that we're getting from this series, I had a look at them, and they're even the high price ones were somewhere between $40 and $50 sort of thing.
Nice.
So they're not like
they even
super
sell like rucksacks and t-shirts.
Oh, they got all kinds of stuff, man. The partnership, just the partnerships that you get included with Tokidoki is insane. The amount of licenses that they have, the amount of stuff they put out with massive other brands,
and then
is insane.
Look,
they're huge, man.
I can't believe you won that though. You got to show us when you receive that. You've got to make a video. And we've got to do
sure, man. I'll unbox it on your channel.
We've got to do that.
Sure thing, man.
Because that would be a cool thing to watch. I'm not gonna lie. We're always unboxing things recently and Pokemon cards and whatever else. That would be a really cool one to do. Not gonna lie.
But talking about this Rabbids drop, it's cool to see the way they tweaked the crafting. Because I like the crafting mechanism that they've got. It was just the numbers needed tweaking. That was it.
Wes just said it's $100 for the Starknet coins. Read your comments sooner. I appreciate.
Well, we get $100 worth.
I think that's what he's trying to say. Yeah. Sorry about that. I am the most delayed person reading comments, and I'm also putting things up on the screen and reading the articles and stuff. Big A, $22 to $2 today. That's not enough VeVe drops for me.
That's enough VeVe drops for me.
Yeah, I was about to say I read that well wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. That caught me way off guard. Where's the? I'm just trying to find the. Here we are. So this is the Rabbids drop, and this is actually in 20 hours, and it's 18 gems, and it's a nice drop. Look at this one. So let's have a look at the additions. In fact, I'll pull we'll pull this one up instead, just to show you a bit better. So this is series 2. We've got a few Rabbids on here already on the app. I own the Samurai one twice. That was also the physical one, what I took a picture with at Paris, I believe. Do you remember that, Duck?
Yeah, because you bought the collectible, so you got the little gift from Ubisoft.
Also,
right?
that, which are over here, by the way. Where are they? So I got these random. Let me show you quickly. Yeah, so I got the random Assassin's Creed Happy Men. That's what they're called, right? Happy Men, the kids.
Mr. Men.
Mr. Men, Happy Men.
Yeah.
Where did I get Happy Men from? Mr. Men. That's exactly what they are. But they're neat. So there was 3 of these books, and then there was some socks in there.
Yeah, when you guys got those, at Crypto XR, I was straight away, okay, that's it. Assassin's Creed's locked in. We're done. We're good.
That was a good hint, because even in the bag, some of the bags had different stuff in. So mine had socks in, which had Rabbids on, which were really cool socks, by the way. And I actually wear them as well. I didn't just keep them. And then I got the 3 books, and I think that was all I got in mine. And then a lot of people were getting Xbox games of Assassin's Creed, and And I'm sitting there thinking, how does that link to the Rabbids? And obviously it's Ubisoft, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I've never really played the Assassin's Creed games, I must admit. It's never really been my cup of tea of game. I think the first one was so long to get into, and all the sneaking and climbing the buildings and everything like that just bored me to death. And the hiding in the little haystacks, all of that just put me off the whole thing.
I got really into Assassin's Creed 2, but it's kind of like once you've played Assassin's Creed, you played Assassin's Creed. I don't know. It's kind of like, you know, you've seen the Fast and the Furious. Why are they making number 9 now? They're all the same.
Yeah, and they're all terrible. The first 2.
Yeah, just wait, man. Like, it's going to go the same way. We're going to get Assassin's Creed in space. It's going to happen.
Well, the first 1 and 2 Fast and Furious are really good films. After that, they're just all downhill. They start getting more dramatic, more extreme. I mean, cars start.
I don't watch them, man. I'm not the slightest bit interested in that.
Yeah, no. The first 1 and 2 are really good classic films. The rest are a bunch of trash. I'm not going to lie to you. And I've watched them all. For some reason, I couldn't stop myself.
A double quill, I think. I'm the same as you. I almost always buy in the aftermarket these days as well. There's really no point going for drops that you're not interested in. I mean, if it's a drop that I'm interested in, I might go for it. But other than that, I'm just going to let everybody else do it and pick it up in the market. But if it's an IP I really want, I'm going to gamble for the rare one for sure every time, because I'm going to want to complete the set.
Well, it's like earlier on, that drop, for instance, 88 editions, people went for it, but it didn't sell out, though. It still didn't sell out. That surprised me. I thought that would make it sell out.
Which one's that?
How much? The Gary Baseman one.
Oh, the Gary Baseman one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, but that's because it's not a big IP. It's an indie artist, you know, and a lot of people... a lot of people are sleeping on that stuff, man. Come on.
And
seriously, it's like...
as well.
Who was it? It was on a Superstar channel the other day. They were doing another video about utility and making a lot of good points. Again, that you know, these things don't do anything. What's the point in sort of, you know, buying them up unless it's just for speculation? And that's what I said to them, is the reason I buy art over all this IP stuff, Todd and, you know, partners and all that, is because art is its own utility. You don't need to worry about whether it's going to hold value just because VeVe didn't give it any utility. If you can get the fans of the artist in, they're going to buy it because the art is its own utility, which is generally why I buy that. So,
well, it's like Big A. He was saying he was gambling for the secret rare. It wasn't a lot to lose, which I agree with. On this drop, it wasn't a lot to lose. If I'd have had the spare gems, I'd have put them in there for that, I must admit. But I was a bit delayed on that one yesterday. Well, today.
I would have gambled for it, but only because I like it, and I wouldn't have been gutted to lose money and have it in my collection.
I don't actually like it. It reminds me of Toby, worse. So yeah, it's not for me, that one. Let me just find my Rabid screen again, because these ones are pretty high edition, I must admit.
Yeah.
If you look, they're 18 gems. And obviously the first one, I mean, they're really nice, but again, they're non-animated. I don't like them being non-animated. They've been in computer games, movies. They should be animated at this point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the funniest thing about them is the way they talk, the noises they make and stuff, you know?
Yeah, and they are cool. But 18 gems, so that's a fair price, I believe. But the edition is 1,882 for the common. So that's a lot of editions for the common already. The next one, I believe, is around the same. So it's 1,282. Again, the first public mint for sale on that one's going to be 21. Let's have a look at this one, the secret rare. And this one, there's 111 as a secret rare. So that's really low. And the first available public edition for sale is going to be 11. So that's fairly low. Not as low as free, though, because today was free. The lowest you could get was free.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. And there is
I'm not trying to down on these, but I mean, are there really that many Rabbids collectors?
Well, there are.
These things?
When we were in Oxford, for instance, in that random pub, they were painted on the toilet wall.
Oh, that's true. They were too, weren't they?
They were.
That was a bit weird.
We were talking about it, and then a couple of things later, even the Rabbids at the show, there was like a big statue. So we took pictures of that. And then after that, I was going for a toilet and look up and there's rabbits. At first, I thought I was drunk, but it weren't. And then with this one, there's also this craft edition as well, which I like. And there's no cost for crafting, which I also like. But there's only 380 editions. Let's have a look, see which ones you need. So you need the ultra rare. Craft users will need to hold 2 player, 2 rabbits. So you need 2 commons,
And
one uncommon,
and that's it.
And all of them are going to burn by the looks of it. Well, that's the other thing. Creating the burn mechanisms on all of this is going to make all this stuff rarer as well.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if the maximum amount burn, that's like what, 760?
Yeah.
You can take off the common numbers.
Again, with these ones, 40 from the common, 10 secret rares was kept. So again, it's low. So 10 secret rares out of 380, that's very low. So they've definitely listened to that. Why didn't
they've been honing their skills on these drops lately, in my opinion.
Yeah, and there's definitely a chase for this one as well. And it also gives more reason to buy the commons and the uncommons, so you can do the craft. It will burn them, and then it makes the drops rarer after the fact. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I don't like the fact they're non-animated though. That's my only thing. No. But they look great. And then
but if you don't mind talking about
control, AR goggles, headset. So yeah, pretty cool. Nintendo controller as well, kind of.
Yeah, I like that. It's like a little Nintendo one. But talking about the progress they're making, going back to that cars drop, the diorama.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool. And a lot of when they advertised, who was it? Tales from the Risso's little demo of the VeVeverse. A lot of people were criticizing it for the way the limitations in the way you could build in there. But having this makes me think that there could be a whole lot more of those sorts of things coming that you can use to build your cities. So you don't have to deal with just random shapes. There'll be things you can put in there. I used to play a game called The Simpsons Are Tapped Out or something like that. It's kind of one of those city builder things. And you unlock, you get new sort of locations and features and stuff like that. And you can build whole cities with it, something like Sim City.
I forgot.
And if they release enough of these, the VeVeverse could look really cool.
I also forgot about what Gus said earlier. So if you don't follow Gus, you should follow him on Twitter because he always retweets the main bits of these. And he did say about the lights, you can turn them on and off. And it does actually say there, it's got neon lights that you can turn on and off, adding an extra dash of excitement. That's exactly how he put it as well. So yeah, that's going to be cool to turn all them off. I'm wondering what that looks. I'm really curious. I did try to find it, but you can't actually find it on the web app yet because I was going to put it up in the 3D way you can put it up to see what the actual item was because they look like petrol pumps in the middle of there because obviously it's gas and oil. Obviously a lot of tins around there. And there's a lot of cars in VeVe. I can imagine the side bits there are going to make where the petrol pumps are going to make really good spaces to park your cars. And that's a whole vault right there. Just that one collectible.
For sure.
And even in the VeVeverse, that's going to be a whole room. Now, we should talk about that. So there's been a lot of community spaces recently since My Collectibles joined. It started to pick up again. It's good to see the partnership between Corey and everyone like having the spaces together and that. Great to see that. But I would like to see an address about the VeVeverse at this point because we was told before Christmas at one point. We was told a bunch of times, different times.
Yeah.
But it was sounding like it was before Christmas and we're nearly halfway through the year already. Well, we're exactly halfway through the year, to be honest. And we've heard nothing about it. I get the beta testers are in there. They was told they could talk at first, then they couldn't talk. And we've heard nothing from anyone about that. So are they still in there? If anyone in the chat is a beta tester, tell us if you're still in there, if you can still use it. Was there problems found? Was there difficulties? Or does it need more updating? Or is there problems? Because we just need like a little update to say we're still working on it, we're not working on it, or this is the problem with it at the minute. What are the delays? It'd be nice to get some sort of update. What do you reckon?
Well, honestly, I mean, I know it wasn't like posted as an AMA or anything like that, but I was expecting more from that stream. I mean, it was nice to meet Diana, but apart from that, I mean, I didn't really come out of it knowing anything I didn't already know at the beginning at all, whether it was about the VeVe or any other thing. It was kind of mostly just fluff, really. I mean, it was fun to hang out with everybody. That's always fun.
I like the stream. Like I always like the stream.
No, it's fun, man. It's cool to hang
wasn't
out, but I
the
mean,
most
they didn't really touch on
informational one, but
anything.
I think it was more introducing it because
Yeah, but that's the way I took it
it's
as well.
the first,
Which is,
second one.
I
So I
wasn't
think
expecting.
it's more introducing the team members a bit more, getting into that sort of stuff, trying to make them look a bit more personal, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know,
the next one and the next one with Corey and My Collectibles are going to start getting to the maybe deeper questions, let's say. Hopefully, anyway.
Well, I think, like I was saying before, I expect
addressing at this point.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said earlier, I do expect more announcements.
Even I made videos to say this is what you could potentially use to build. This would make a great item to potentially build, worth stacking because of that reason. But is that reason still happening, or what's the delay? Like, I don't want to hate on anything, but I'd like to know. And it's not going to change my life hugely because I'm probably not going to use it very much. But I'd like to know what's actually happening, if that makes sense. I don't need time.
Yeah, well, here's the big thing for me. Here's the big thing for me about the VeVeverse. Even if they did release it to everybody tomorrow, you must have seen at least a couple of videos where Collector's Gone Digital talked about the system specs that you need to be able to run it. And he's hearing from some VeVeverse users that, you know, you kind of need a bit of a high-spec computer to get it to run properly.
And I heard from someone that you can only load so many collectibles in there without it crashing. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the point.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's a hard thing to make. I'm not surprised. It's a hard thing to make. But I thought it was more soon than it has been soon. So yeah. It'd just be nice now the community updates are coming again, or it feels like they are. It'd be nice to get that. And
it would be good to get a decent demo of it.
And I'd also like to hear a bit more from David again as well, rather than the 2 minutes at the end. I'd like to hear a bit more.
Well, see, that was good. I like that video at the end. That was really great news. And the only other thing in there, though, I don't know if you noticed when you were watching the stream, but I hit MC up about those red metallics, and his answer was, stay tuned, with a big smile, big My Collectibles smile, you know. So I'm like, okay, all right, maybe we might be getting one of them rolling up.
You're probably the only one that wants one.
Nah. Dude, I'm telling you, once this is special edition stuff. Once we've got a complete set of those things, people are going to want the special edition set.
If you released one of them tomorrow, of Dr. Octopus, say, or someone like that, I don't think it would sell.
It will eventually, I'm telling you.
I just don't think it will.
No, everybody rags on.
It's got good potential. 1,800 editions, 20 gems. I think that's got potential.
Which one?
The lights off on the card drop.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, that's really cool.
Yeah, so I think that's got potential. Let me just take a look, see what else I've got on here.
Let's double cross that there. Weekly updates every.
Sorry, I'll have a quick look in 2 seconds. I'm just trying to have a look what else is on my screen right now.
Yeah, double cool. I think the point there was everybody was like hyped at that point, and now it's kind of like, yeah, they cost so much flack for missed deadlines now that they just don't want to risk it.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that, but I would like to hear like what's delaying in it, what's not.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's a spectrum. You don't need to go from tweeting out hints every other day to absolutely just putting gaffer tape on your mouth and saying nothing.
Yes, just
you can find a middle ground there somewhere.
That's what it is. The dead silence worries me a little bit. But then I always knew from the start it was such a big task to take on. Meta struggled to do it, which is why they give up. Basically, trying to make a metaverse, and they spent so much money. Disney give up. Basically, well, Meta's still
they shut theirs down.
They're doing more the AR side, whereas Disney has shut the whole department. They fully give up with the whole situation. So I'm not really sure. It must be. It's so costly. I know VeVe's got a lot of money at this point, and they still have, even with
not as much as Disney though.
They've still got a lot of money, but for Disney to give up sort of tells you how hard the task is. And if it's not quality, it might not work. But for the people here now, I think the people whose accounts have been basically a year and a half old. I think everyone that age should be able to go into VeVeverse now and have a little ganders, see what's going on, because I'm still not in there yet.
No, nor am I.
And then the next drop we've got, I don't think this one's been yet. Has this one been yet? No,
I don't think we've had that drop yet.
So this is the 19th, 8 a.m. PT, which of course is 4 p.m. UK time. This is a Lucasfilm Limited one, obviously. It's Star Wars, The High Republic. This is going to be a cheap-looking comic in real life, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Just going to have a look at the covers. Some nice covers with these, and I do like the fact there's always 5 different covers with most of the comic. Like all the Star Wars ones, most of them, they have 4 or 5 different covers, and I really like that, I must admit. That's one of my favorite things. Gives you a reason. And this one, again, they're all colored. There's not one black and white version. So I like that as well.
The art is nice, I guess. I don't know. It's a bit too clean for me.
Really nice.
A bit too clean for me. I'm much more into the old style.
Let me show you this quickly. So we know the Ultraman one's coming, right? So let me show you what it looked like. Because I'm sure. Because it had some crazy covers. There you go.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, so there's a couple. So there's that one, and then there's all them. But these covers are wicked.
Yeah, they are cool.
And I'm not sure which one we're going to get. But it could be something like that. And that's pretty cool. I do like the style on here, and the Pokemon. Really, really nice style.
Oh, it's going to be torturous now to see them trickle out one by one. God, I hope they do it the same way they do comics, where we get like 2 a week or whatever. Because if I have to wait like 3 months for every new manga to come out, I'm going to, jump out the window.
Let's see what we can find on here. See, now I don't really read manga, so all of this is kind of means nothing to me. But I can imagine some of the artwork even is just, I'd buy it for the artwork. I think the art would sell really well in VeVe.
Oh yeah, manga's going to go crazy, man. And manga, like amongst the younger generation, like I live in Switzerland, dude. I'm not living in, Osaka. But I'm telling you, Switzerland, all the kids here are into manga. They're all really, really into it. Not just Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Or, Naruto.
Well, that's the other thing.
I'm talking about like obscure Japanese manga. They love it here.
Yu-Gi-Oh's on there. When Walt Disney was building Disney World, he gave weekly updates every Sunday night. It got everyone hyped for it. Advertising by Progress. Why wouldn't you want that? That is a good idea as well. And I get your point as well. Now, they did say they have monthly meetings, the whole team, and that's pretty cool. My Collectibles said. We'd like to see one of them. Maybe you could get the whole team on at one time, just to introduce themselves. That would be awesome. That would be pretty cool. See who's actually hiding behind there. Like Lucas, when we met Lucas, obviously. Some of the people some of the people hiding behind the scenes, and he was one of the most knowledgeable people, I think, behind the scenes characters that's been working as well.
For sure. Well, he's been there since well before they even started, mate. He's old mates with them. But we'll wait for him to get on and introduce himself. But I will say it was nice to see Diana on the stream the other night. Yeah. And see another personality from the team who's, in the loop.
One sec.
Anyway, man, listen, I hate to do it to you, but I think I'm going to have to duck.
No, I've got to go as well because my dinner's actually arrived. Well, my dessert. I've been to the gym for the whole week, so I deserve a dessert. I deserve a treat. I've not even got a beer in my hand tonight. I've got orange juice. I'm trying to lay off.
That's how it is for me.
Well, so yeah,
vitamin water. I'm trying to give up smoking right now.
And we've got through a lot of stuff, I must admit. And thanks for everyone that was watching. And sorry, I'm so bad at keeping up with the chat, everyone. it's been one of them days, and my energy is so low because I've been hitting a bag for 2.5 hours straight, and I feel like I've been hitting the bag for 2.5 hours straight. So yeah, but yeah, I've got to improve my life living. So yeah, as they say. So thanks for co-hosting again. We will do another music space soon, another Twitter space. Maybe we could do a VeVe Twitter space. We'll do a music one again. We'll maybe pick a theme next time though, so people know what to expect before they get in there.
That was kind of a bit of a wild ride.
so we'll pick a genre or something next time. And then obviously I've got some more Pokemon videos to come. I've got some shorts to come. And I'm also going to do the next Rabbids drop. I may do a proper video for that. Do a history video. I'm definitely going to do the Pixar one, I think. The car one.
Oh, yeah, you got it, man. That's dope.
I've got the history probably half made, so I can already chop that, and then I can make a new bit about the actual drop itself, add that in there and then spice it up, add the article in there, and it's going to look really great. Good video, and no one really watched it at the time, so it'd be good to give that a little bit of light again. So
hey, see, I threw your hat in the ring for the logo from Mr. MC1 there.
I see that. I see a couple of people. Some nice comments in there as well. I did like a live video on my lunch break yesterday, which I never released. I may release that later, but it was saying about that because I see a couple of people in there that put in there like really nice comments. And it was nice to see people remembered me or even would put me up or think of me in any way like that. But there was a good 7 or 8 people that put my name in there. And just
good.
Like, I agree. And
good.
It was nice to feel recognized anyway. Even if I don't win, it was nice to feel, missed. Some people miss me, some people, but I've been working the whole time. But it's just sometimes it's Pokemon, sometimes it's Twitter, sometimes it's music recently. So yeah, we've done some live ones, and then the normal bobsales have got to carry on because that's my bread and butter. So
yeah, all right, man.
I'm gonna love you and leave you anyway. I'm gonna love you and leave you, everyone. So anyway,
thanks everybody who dropped by.
That's been Dukencuvva. Thanks everyone for coming. I've been your host, Bob Sales. This time next year, millionaires. Peace. Peace. Now the awkward.